now that you say that, I can't unsee it. You're absolutely right.
The reclaimer, let's talk about that first, because I was going to go in a totally different direction.
You can make as much money as you need and work your way towards any ship in the game.
They were trying to cash in off of that nostalgia and that hype.
Open Comes Radio, your Star Citizen call-in show, coming to you live from the Verse every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Join us. You can call on in our Discord, share your thoughts. If you don't like the sound of your voice, you can always pop in our Discord and just type in the Ask the Couch. For some of our new listeners, the way we get this going is we have a big old couch here. And as people call in, they just kind of scoot on down the couch. You call in, you stay on, be a part of the conversation. Most weeks, I'm here with my co-host, Tav. But if you tuned in last week, you'll know that Tav is at a baking show. He's baking. Last week, he did something with peaches. This week, he didn't want to tell me. I think they're pretty litigious. So with Tav not here today, I do have a fantastic co-host with me, leader of the Red Scar Nomads, Murphy Jack. Murphy Jack, welcome to Open Comms Radio.
Well, hello. It's a pleasure to co-host with you, Jar Jar.
It's a pleasure to be co-hosted by you.
So,
with you.
Yes. So, what do we think about the question?
What's the question?
Should I care about CitizenCon?
Oof.
Well,
maybe. I don't know. If you know, after last year's CitizenCon, I felt kind of down. But the year before, I was riding high.
So there's a lot of different things that play into CitizenCon. This will be my third one that I'm actually going to a physical con, but this year is a little different, right?
Well, this year it's CitizenCon Direct, so it's a digital event. So
Yeah.
they're doing bar citizens all over the world. All over the world, you could find something around you, unless you're on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast of the United States, it looks like you might only have a few options, at least a couple options where CIG may be sending people, a couple of really big options. We're going to be doing one of those in DC. We're going to be at DC Bar Citizen doing some Star Citizen stuff. You're going to be there with us.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be pretty awesome. Getting excited. It's only a month away.
Mm-hmm.
Need to get those RSVPs in if you're coming. Let us know how many are coming. Exactly.
What do you think?
What, should I care?
Yeah, it's your question.
I totally think you should care. Now, I've seen some things that people say, waiting on the stuff we saw 12 months ago and that's yes, that's a big part of it. And I think towards the actual CitizenCon stuff they show us, should we care? I mean, yeah, that's the direction we're getting a little bit of behind the scenes look at how they're building this and a little explanations why it might be taking so long, whether we agree with it or not, right? But I mean, what other alpha game, is there that shows us this level of their ongoing development? They say it all the time at their Inside Stars and stuff. Thank you for letting us share the process of game development with you. And it's true. And then to be able to go to a CitizenCon in person with thousands of other people that are in the same boat as you as alpha testers, but loving this experience, just the energy you feel there is amazing. So there's so many different aspects that you should care about. One being the biggest one for me being community is my biggest care, right? But there's so many different things.
We've had some. It gets pretty wild at these events sometimes.
Well, those are the after parties, right? The event themselves don't get too wild.
It all mashes together.
Yes, it does. And we'll see that.
Good times.
We'll see that in about a month. But yeah, I totally think everybody should care about it. Put the effort in to watch it, rewatch it. and then also later on down the road, do a little look back, see what we've gotten. It was funny because the other night we were all talking about how when we saw in LA the Pyro Playground, right?
Yeah.
Pyro hasn't even been out a whole year yet. I feel it honestly, when we said that Pyro hasn't been out a year, we're all like, wow.
Well,
That's
from when we
true.
played it to when they released it, it was maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, that was what? So it would be in October, and then it came out in when did Pyro come out? Like December, January of this year?
Uh, did it come out before the end of the year? It came out at Christmas? I don't
I'm not sure.
remember. I
I'd
don't
have to look it up,
recall.
but it was around that time. It
Okay.
was after IEE, right? But just we get a lot of things they show us in Citizens Cons, but we also don't get a lot of things or haven't gotten a lot of things that they showed us. So there is, you know, a back and forth.
Oh yeah. The fire.
Fire. What else? The whale, space whale.
All right. I think we're going to dive through a lot of these on this episode today. We do have 3 callers in the waiting room, Murphy. Did you see who got in there first?
LordAnubis.
I think so. So we're going to pull on up our first guest. You know how it works. Murphy Jack, when they come on in, you can ask them the question and they'll stay on the couch with us. Open Comms Radio, welcome, LordAnubis.
Well, hello.
Anubis.
I am so glad that I am the first person that I won today.
Oh, yeah.
And let me turn off Twitch so I don't hear myself because that is really disconcerting. Sorry.
I can deepen your voice later.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That would work.
I usually do. I deepen
Want to make
everyone's
me
voice.
sound like this? Like,
yeah.
hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Well, Open Comms Radio, every week we have a question for our callers. This week is no different. Murphy Jack, what's our question for LordAnubis?
Should I care about CitizenCon?
Yes, you should. Because even if it's not physical, it's still a fun, enjoyable thing to even if there's shit that is bullshit, it's still fun to talk about it. It gives us something to talk about. It keeps us talking to our friends. We can get mad about it. We can get happy about it, and we're still sharing experiences together. And I think that's important, especially right now when people are like not really having much else to talk about other than infuriating shit.
Are you concerned at all that it's digital in only 2 hours?
Um, Not really. I mean, it's the way a lot of these things are going. It's not the only franchise that's doing this. Even well, I'll just bring up Star Trek because I'm a uber Star Trek nerd. But I used to go to a lot of events that Paramount would throw, and each year for every Star Trek Day, which is September 8th, they would hold a big party, right? And we would go to, like, let's say, um, the Skirball Center, which is like a cultural arts center. It's very very high up there, right? And they would serve wine. I get wasted there. Like, if if I drank it up, like they serve a lot, right? And you have all the stars out there doing all these things, and it's wonderful. And they stopped doing those a couple years ago, just because the entire industry across everything is just kind of running out of money.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that, especially as it is harder and harder for people to get around the world, this is just the natural conclusion. I'm not so mad at them as I am at the world for that. Just for shit being so bad that it's affecting the things we celebrate and love.
Right. Well, I mean, so I guess the good part you're saying is that they have all these, it's decentralized. So everyone, for the most part, can go to an event, relatively
Yeah,
close to them. Yeah.
yeah. Well, we still have something to celebrate, and now, it'll be more of a production rather than
Well, it's a
rather
production
than an
live,
event.
a different kind of
Yeah,
production. Yeah.
I mean, but a production you can rehearse several times, then you run it live, and you
Right.
know.
Right.
But we still have things. We still have things to talk about, and as much as we want to bitch about the game, they do what they do, and they make more of what they do, and even if it's upsetting, like or pisses you off, it's still something that you're talking to someone else about. I don't know. That's it. So yeah, we should like it.
Nicely said. Well spoken. Murphy Jack, you have another question for Lord Anubis?
No, you hit the nail on the head. I just would say, do you feel this is something I wanted to ask everybody too? Do we feel that the reason why it's 2 hours and digital only is because next year they want to do something huge? You think that's possible?
That would be a very good reason. That's the hopeful reason. I think that you know, it would be the year. I mean, if they're actually going to release Squadron 42, then that would be the best and most hopeful reason. But I'm not holding out for that. Just generally, even if it's something as momentous as that, I just think generally that it's kind of just not easy to do right now. Not like it was. I mean, venue prices are insane.
Yeah, but I think in reference to being at 2 hours, I think they just don't have more than 2 hours that they want to share. And 2 hours isn't a lot of time if you think about it. They do like an hour a week, or they were doing an hour a week. So I think it's just going to be bop, 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 short, 5-10 minutes, because most of the stuff that they are likely going to deliver, they bragged about for the last 2 years. So you can't do another year bragging about the same shit that you've been working on for the last 2 years. So I think
Yeah.
they would do like a montage, like upcoming, bop, 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 and all like the stuff we know. And then they'll do like, probably 2/3 of it on some like new stuff. But I don't think, if you're holding out hope that next year is going to be like some gigantic blowout thing, I don't know, dude.
I'm kind of also thinking that I mean, there'll be auxiliary programming that they're counting on. The lead up to the event that day with other content providers or whatever.
Oh, like Open
Um,
Comms Radio.
Yeah, there we go.
There you
We
go. We'll
are
be doing
not
something.
officially sponsored by
No, we're
CitizenCon.
not. No. But we are sponsored by Cruz Lux.
Yes, Cruz Lux is the refreshing drink that will give you that pep in your step. With 20% slam by volume, Cruz Lux has the most slam in the industry. Drink Cruz Lux. Give no fucks.
Open
Don't drink
Comms
responsibly.
Radio, your Star Citizen Collins show. We have another caller in the waiting room. Someone you know, someone you love. Cosmic Hobo hanging out with us. Welcome to Open Comms Radio, buddy.
Howdy.
Howdy
Hello.
there. Murphy Jack, you have a little something you want to ask him?
I think I know the answer, but Cosmic Hobo, should I care about CitizenCon?
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, it's a show, everyone. Thanks for coming.
That's what we said earlier.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Why?
Well, I have a bit of a conflict of interest with this question. But you should care because it's. I think I have deep down, my thought is that they're going to pull a surprise patch on us. It's going to be and in an hour, we're going to put Nyx on the test preview server. Like something like that at the end. They're going to have a big kind of swelling thing. And that's going to be the big reveal is surprise, Nyx
Ooh.
on the testing server. They're not live. I don't think they're going to do a surprise live launch. That'd be a little much. But I do think they're going to pull something like that.
A
Oh,
surprise
yeah.
live.
I mean, I
Surprise
will.
live sounds like a recipe for a disaster.
I'd buy tickets to that.
I will say, even though our waiting room has no sound, I can hear screaming.
Let it wait. Let Hobo beef it up a bit for us first. Fluff. What do you call him? A fluffer?
Oh God, yeah, sure.
Fluff me up, Hobo.
Oh wow.
At
So
least a quarter, I'd say, of Star Citizen Direct will be teasing Nyx. Like
Wow.
they'll be teasing you just like for at least I'd say a quarter of it. Because honestly, if they're not going to focus on Squadron 42, which from everything they've kind of hinted at, they won't. If we get anything for Squadron 42, the biggest thing we could possibly get, I think, is a release date. And that's we all know how CIG is with dates. 51st dates the company. So like, yeah, which will be a cool finale. Like, yeah, they'll be like, oh yeah, Nyx is live on the test preview server, and then Chris will start walking off stage and go, oh, one more thing. And then they'll have some hype music for about like a minute, and then the Squadron 42 coming October,
just
November.
did you make Chris
Soon.
British? You made him like Welsh or something? What was that?
He is British.
He's Ninetales.
Is he really? Oh, I thought he was Canadian.
No, he's British.
Wow.
Why else would they have their like headquarters in Manchester?
Taxes?
No, you go to like Toronto, or you go somewhere in Canada for like
he's got
breaks.
one in Canada
Montreal. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, because it's cheap
Everybody
as shit,
does.
and there's no tax breaks. Yeah, everyone has studios in Montreal because of the tax breaks. You can
So the last
actually.
2 episodes, I learned that Chris Roberts is 5'8" and that he's British.
Yes, he is British, and one of the reasons why Turbulent was in Montreal was because of the tax breaks. Ubisoft has a huge studio there, and like every other major video game company has a studio there because of the insane tax breaks they give to video game companies or tech companies in general.
So they can FLA is what they did.
Yeah.
FLA.
We used to give tax breaks, and then we stopped giving tax breaks, and they're like, well, FLA then. It was a very bad decision.
It's one of the reasons Austin has so many tech companies now too, is because of their generous tax breaks. Kind of why I like a lot of film companies like Disney and whatnot film in Georgia, because of all the tax breaks there for film companies.
That's going away though.
Well, maybe one day they can just buy their own planets.
Well, funny
Getting
you
there.
say that. Just kidding.
All right. Well, if you guys are do you have anything else nice to say about CitizenCon Direct before we bring up our next guest?
Hey, go to your local live stream of CitizenCon Direct, especially if you're on the East Coast. And you're saying we are the only, and by we I mean the Washington D.C. live stream is the only one CIG is coming to on the East Coast. East
Are
of the
you
Mississippi.
allowed to say this?
Yes.
I don't know what we're allowed to say or not, which is crazy because I have the microphone.
I can't go into the annoyingness that I've had to do with CIG and some of the legal stuff, but that's another topic that I can talk about at another time.
All right. Well, we'll pull up our next one. What do you think, Murphy Jack?
Yeah.
Murphy Jack.
I mean,
Are you just all right, Murphy Jack? Here's this next one. You can introduce him.
Broccoli Rob, welcome to Open Comms Radio.
Thank you so much.
I think I may have heard you making some noise down there.
Oh yeah,
I said
about Nyx.
About
yep.
Nyx. But first, should I care about CitizenCon?
Should you care about CitizenCon? All right, so here's what I think. I think you should care about CitizenCon, but not to the level that I think it's been built up to in the past. I think that they are showing that with this all digital 2-hour show, that they're trying to take what they found to be the best parts of CitizenCon, which is showing off some good stuff and hosting like the community. And they decided to get rid of the extra stuff. No huge convention center, no like physical goodie bags. It's community and it's quick videos. Nothing live, nothing to stretch out 2 8-hour days. They just want to give you something good to look at, give you community to interact with.
Yeah, I can get
Also-
behind that.
Also, it's probably way less work for them.
Yeah,
Oh, for
less
certain teams.
work. Preparing like I don't know 13 different like hour-long presentations that they had to get a bunch of software devs to feel comfortable talking in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, that's got to be rough. I don't know any
lot
company
of
that
Santa.
puts their employees through that.
Yeah, I'm used to talking to groups of people, and that would terrify me. I can't imagine what it's like if you're, just coding all day.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
I think
interesting to think about.
it's important. They're getting the important stuff in front of us. I also think because it's only 2 hours long that they're running out of far away features to show us. Like we had like Planet Tech and stuff like that. And instead of
They could
spending
just
an
show us
hour,
engineering still.
yeah,
That
yeah,
seems far
I
enough
think
away.
I think this is good. I think this is going to be. I don't know if there are any big like wrestling fans in the audience, but the big sort of culmination, the big like season finale in WWE has always been WrestleMania. Kind of like everything builds and builds to this, and that's what I think CitizenCon is a little bit. Like it's like the season finale.
Okay.
They're going to come in, they're going to show us all this stuff that they kind of said that they want to do for the year, and then like moving forward what the next year's storyline is going to be. Like I see like the end of the calendar year for CitizenCon development being I'm sorry, Star Citizen development being CitizenCon.
But what is that? What does that end of the year look like to you? Give me two things.
Two things that I think is going to be at
Yeah, what's this
CitizenCon?
epic conclusion? Because now we're only a month away from CitizenCon, which is the conclusion. So, and then after that, they only have 2 more patches, maybe, probably only 1, if they give us one at CitizenCon, because it's only said they were going to give us 10. So we
So I think
probably
this
have
is
2
going to
more
be
patches left.
the end of Pyro being the sort of hot new thing, and I think they're gonna introduce Nyx. I don't know if it's gonna come
Nyx!
out. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. I don't know if it's gonna come out like this year even, but I think that I would love for it to come out this year. I would love to get that December Nyx drop before everyone leaves for the holiday. But I think that
I'd
this
love that.
is the start of the Nyx hype and all of the features that they've hinted at previously, like on ship refueling, engineering.
Really? That's
So
a tall order. On ship refueling, you mean like I'm on my ship in the back of it, and or you
Not
mean ship to ship?
it's not as far away as you think because they have talked about it coming for a quote upcoming event. It is important for a quote upcoming event.
Refueling?
Yes, ship refueling and rearming.
What does
as
that
in,
mean though? Like I'm
so
on, I have to fill my ammo or whatever physically?
so you'll have it's only for like certain ships, big ships. So Polaris, Idris. If you have SCU of ship ammunition, hydrogen fuel, quantum fuel on there, and you land a fighter in the hangar, you'll be able to treat it like landing services on a space station hangar.
Yeah, they'll be able to refuel from you just like if you went to a pad. But you gotta be stocked.
So they're hinting at this coming down the pipeline soon for like Hobo said,
Yeah.
an upcoming event. And there's not a whole lot of places that we can't get to, even in a fighter. But if you look at Nyx, there's
Nyx!
not much there, and there's a whole lot of system.
Okay. Oh, so you
There's-
think they need it?
Oh
I
yeah.
think, yeah, I think it's
I
100% needed for an upcoming event that will happen in
Nix.
Nix.
I do think that they also need to go back to having the fuel run out really quick. More concentrated. Give people a reason to like float out in the middle of nowhere and say, "Hey, you need fuel? Come on over here. I'm just floating in midway between this. You can get to me." Or
Yeah.
give people a reason to be fuel rats because there currently isn't any. Because people were like, "I can't go anywhere without having to go to like 5 places." Like, okay, well, welcome to the world of consequences. Plan better. I like that part of it, but then they got rid of it.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing.
But yeah, I think that's going to be the major thing that they throw out for CitizenCon. That and some kind of terraforming thing where they can introduce swamp biomes finally. But I don't know where that's going to come in.
Yeah, none of the Nix systems, to my understanding, would have a swamp. None of them are. They, at least in the original concept for the 3-ish planets there, they are lifeless and inhospitable. Which, yes, I know the next response is, but Pyro was supposed to be lifeless and inhospitable too. Yeah, but like, it makes sense now what Pyro is. I don't know how they could make Nix make sense being some populated system when it's been completely sold constantly as a dead zone.
Yeah, and it being a dead system is going to bring in scanning gameplay as a thing that they develop and are able to work on and get us to use.
This is a lot. I'm a little more pessimistic just because I'm still waiting on that engineering and that fire from 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
well, hey, they've got the tech preview up. They got that cooking now. So
Is that in tech
Engineering?
preview?
no, but they have the tech preview up and running now for all waves. So they're pushing it.
Wait,
So it
tech
stands to
preview
reason.
of engineering?
No, there's a tech preview
Oh.
up. It doesn't have engineering. It's just Vulkan
It's just
for right
Vulkan.
now. Yeah.
Okay, it's Vulkan.
It's just
So-
Vulkan. Okay, well, that's
But
different.
because they're introducing it to all waves and they're trying to work out kinks on it, it makes sense that now is going to have engineering added to it soon.
Oh yeah, seeing the tech preview come back is hopeful that they're going to use it again. It's been a while since they've used it, honestly.
Yeah, it's just a Vulkan, and because engineering is definitely not a tech preview kind of thing. I mean that's a patch thing, but like
No,
Vulkan
they
definitely is.
said they're gonna have it be a tech preview.
One of the okay, so they did confirm that then, because
They did say
that's
that.
something that they need to hurry up with because it's
Close.
sorry.
Well, before we bring up our next guest, we did have a couple people write. They wrote to us. If you're on the Discord, you can ask the couch, and here you can
People write
a comment. Have a question. So we have 2 in here. I'm going to read the first one right now. Read the second one later. The first one says, it's from Duke Lato II. Can't be there tonight.
the
Should
worm
I be
god.
excited about CitizenCon? I absolutely am. I'm going to the watch party in DC. So this will be my 3rd trip for CitizenCon. But can't help but feel we are still waiting on lots of things that were promised to be coming within 12 months of last year's event. So that's kind of echoing my sentiment, I think. But maybe we'll get a different point of view here. Murphy Jack, we have one other caller in the waiting room. You know this guy?
I do, and he
Can you
is
introduce him?
a familiar face. Wicket, welcome to Open Comms Radio.
Citizens,
Oh,
long
comes from the land of Dune.
time listener, occasional caller.
Oh man,
Oh, you've downgraded yourself.
that hurt.
Been a while. I know.
Why it hurt?
Listen, I was to answer the question, should I care about CitizenCon? I was super optimistic until I heard you guys talking about it, and it's 2 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I'm super pessimistic about it.
Oh, I'm shocked.
To me,
For
to
every
me, well,
yin,
no,
there's
I
a
was
yang.
listen, I was very optimistic for it. I thought it was going to be at least like a 4, 6, 8 hour deal. I mean, Warframe has nowhere near the money that CIG has. They put on an 8-hour thing every year, and they've done it for like 6-7 years in a row. It's a massive thing. And I mean, obviously that's a finished game, constantly under development, but neither here nor there really. The reason I'm pessimistic about it is because for 2 hours, what are you going to get in 2 hours? You know what you're going to get? You're going to get a big marketing PowerPoint. They're basically going to tell you for 2 hours the next ships you need to buy and hurry up and start saving up, Billy, because these aren't going to last. They're limited edition or some BS, That's kind of like when I heard 2 hours, I'm like, okay, what are they going to do in 2 hours? I mean, literally almost nothing.
It would be an absolute waste to make it just a ship sale commercial. Like, that's not what any of the CitizenCons have been.
Well,
Well,
none of them have only been 2 hours though, too, right? They've all been way longer than that. Even the digital ones that we had in the past, they were way longer than 2 hours.
How long was the 2021?
I remember being online watching that for, gosh, at least 4 hours, I think, maybe 5.
I mean, literally, they only need to have someone like Jared or something like that sit on screen for 8 hours just talking about stuff, interacting with people. Then they do 2 hours worth of presentations. That's how you do a con in real life. So, I mean, it is kind of weird that they're not doing that. I mean, because there is only about 2 hours worth of presentations when you get to a real con.
Then the other thing that some other threads that started gnawing at me as I was listening to you guys talking about it is like, everybody's talking about Knicks and, that'd be great if they brought that. I'd love to see that. It might even make me log in. But then I started thinking about, well, why only 2 hours? Unless they got way more marketing stuff they got to do later on this year for something other than Star Citizen, Squadron 42, release trailers, getting the average Joe interested in Star Citizen, not just the captive audience that it has now, but new blood, new players. They need to set aside money and marketing dollars because there's going to be a release soon. And instead of spending a bunch of money on the captured audience, we need to spend money on the new audience. So that started me thinking about that whole thing of like, well, what are they going to do? This is their perfect opportunity, holiday 2025, because GTA 6 is delayed, and GTA 6 is only coming on console for at least a year.
Wait, is GTA 6 delayed?
Yeah. It was supposed to be out this year. It's out. It's coming out next summer.
Oh, I thought it was always coming out 2026.
Okay. Holiday release for Squadron 42 would be amazing. What every space game enthusiast wants in their stocking. And they could have box editions, collectibles. You know how they are. They love to hype up all the stuff. I mean, just think about it. Think it through. And this is like big money in the bank, especially if they could sell close to what some of these other space games, like the was it Bethesda? What was that? I don't even remember the title. It was so terrible.
Starfield?
Yeah.
Starfield. I mean, look how many copies that thing sold, and it was a junk.
True.
True. Even if you capture half of the audience that captured and keep them coming back and wanting maybe to get into Star Citizen, talk about marketing. It's a gold mine.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be mostly all new blood.
Yeah, and you're thinking about this, I think rightfully so, as a business management, marketing perspective. You have a limited budget. Where do you spend it? I could see that. That would make a lot of sense to me. I'm not so pessimistic about it being 2 hours, though.
Mm.
I'm optimistic about that because
I hope I'm wrong.
Honestly,
I'm terribly wrong. I hope I am. I mean, I
mean,
love
how much
Star
do you
Citizen.
need to advertise? If you look at the last couple of years, some of the most successful games and game releases haven't been marketed at all.
Yeah,
Bethesda
because well,
re-released
they
Oblivion.
had this one thing going for them. They were pretty good games.
Yeah, Star Citizen is almost a pretty good game.
It's a
pretty
known
good game.
unknown.
It's a known unknown. Yeah.
Star
I mean-
Citizen is pretty good, and we do
Yeah.
gotta admit that.
I mean, look
It
at
may
what I'm
not-
doing right now. I just
But
popped
we
out of
don't.
my ship.
We're talking about Squadron 42 though, so we
Yeah.
don't know. We don't know
Well,
what.
yeah, because that's the thing. Everybody knows Star Citizen. Outside of our world, outside of the Star Citizen world, no one knows Squadron 42. It's not like everybody is like the lay people are just out there going, I heard that Squadron 42 is going to come out one day. Like, they don't fucking know what it is.
Most people outside the bubble think this is all a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, most people outside the bubble think it's a scam. So, if you bring something like a single player title out and it's not a scam and it's amazing, guess how the tide will start to turn.
That's true.
Well, I would think that what they also need to do is, you get Squadron 42, welcome to Star Citizen. I mean, it just happens to be part of it. So I think that would definitely bring in a new influx of players because I'll be honest, I'll be playing that game for a month. I'll be playing Star Citizen for 10 years. So yes, will it benefit us? But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they can do to really get the type of success that they need to justify the delay of Star Citizen so long.
Well, if Squadron comes out and it plays smoothly, it is compelling, it looks good, it's got a decent frame rate on a halfway decent computer. These are all things that point to the average Joe, the average gamer, like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I was wrong about this. Maybe this whole CIG Star Citizen whole thing there's a little bit more to this than what I've been led to believe. And I'm talking from the point of view as a non Star Citizen fanatic.
Oh, I get it.
So these are the people that we as a community need more than anything. I think the existing player base. I mean, yes, that says that 5 million accounts, but come on, let's be serious.
How many alts are there in there?
How many of those people are actually playing of the 5 million?
Well, how many people here have an alt account?
I do.
I do. I don't
I
use
do.
it for, I don't have a game pack on it, but
1, 2, 3, 4 of you.
I do.
I do.
Four-
I
four-
have
four
a
of the
Star
6 of us.
Citizen. I have a Star Citizen pack on my alt, but
Yeah.
not a Squadron.
Okay, there you go. So, and just in here, and I mean, you're all a bunch of animals anyway, so maybe it's not the best sample size.
That is true. Very much.
Well,
No offense.
Here's
accurate statement.
to that point about Squadron 42 and Star Citizen. I think that it's a good thing if they don't talk about Squadron 42 during this CitizenCon.
Oh yeah, I am
We
with
all
you there.
know.
100%.
We all seen it. We all know. Like, they're the regular guy who's never really played a space game is tuning in to CitizenCon. They're gonna wait until the Squadron 42 trailer pops up at the end of the year when they start advertising it for a 2026 holiday release, which is my guess. So I would like to get some news about it, but I would also not want to see it at CitizenCon because
Last 5 minutes. Just give
what
us
are we
the
gonna
last
get?
5 minutes.
I mean, even if
Oh.
I don't see that, I'm fine with it because
Fair enough.
like what else are we gonna see? I don't really care to see anything else other than a firm release date.
But Sig
or
has
a demo. I'll take a demo. Who wouldn't?
Sig treats Squadron 42 as the main project. This is the thing that they think is what we're all funding. We are not funding Star Citizen. We are funding Squadron 42 in their eyes. So I don't think that them not talking about it is going to happen. I think that there's going to be a lot of talk about it. There's possibly going to be another demo. There may be even a new live demo that isn't just a bunch of pre-set up animations. cutscenes. So
I heard they
think
have a leak of Mark Hamill with his shirt off, topless.
that's not hard to do.
I'm just saying that's what I heard.
Like old man Mark Hamill, or
Well,
young Luke
it was like
Skywalker Mark Hamill?
10 or 15 years ago
Oh,
when he recorded.
10 or 15 years ago when he recorded his
When he recorded
his
his lines
mocap
for it.
for
Yeah.
Star Citizen and Squadron.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
jeez.
he's supposed to be a military man, so
Hope there's a
He's
shower
not.
scene.
see? There could be. That's what's been holding the game back. They can't get shower tech fixed.
Well, we needed to physicalize water droplets coming out of the faucets when they come out. So it has been a hard challenge to overcome.
You heard it here first from Jens Flores, CIG developer out of Frankfurt. Is that right, Jens?
Yes, yes, yes. It's the only place where we can get Xanax over the table.
This is not the only place you can get Xanax over the table. Jens, what is the strangest thing that Chris Roberts has asked you to physicalize?
In a recent project, we're working on solid and liquid waste. So now we are working on solid waste, and it is our physicalization process has changed, so now we can account for density as well.
And how is the density going to affect the biological gameplay?
In many ways, depending on how many gallons of waste you may have. If it is more solid waste, it is easier to manage with the gravity gun. Or if it is more liquid waste, then it is harder to manage.
And what about fires and engineering gameplay?
That is a project we will be working on.
Jens Flores, everybody, straight from Frankfurt, Germany.
If that doesn't sound like a crock of shit.
Yes,
Oh,
the croc
Insert rim
is
shot sound.
What's going to happen when the ship gets disabled, the gravity generator fails? Is there going to be a bunch of shit floating everywhere?
we do have a reminder for the player to flush. And if they do not flush, then yes, that is a possibility.
What if I don't have my helmet
How many of these savages will not put the seat down?
It is you press F. It's not hard.
It'll be in one of the next surveys they send out.
Yes.
I don't think we're gonna like the results though.
So Murphy Jack, you're my co-host today.
Yes.
My original host, as everyone may or may not know, I announced at the beginning of the show, he's on a bake-off challenge. Not the bake-off show, I can't tell you which show, but he's on a show right now. He's baking. Last week he did something with peaches. He wouldn't tell me what he was working with this week. But Drake left us a comment here. Can you see it there, Murphy? In the Ask
I
the
can.
Fudge? Oh, you want to read it out for us?
So Drake Hevington asked, so for a question, what's the best way to introduce people to the game who say have the entry Aurora or Mustang? Well, get them out of that Aurora or Mustang, put them in an Idris with us.
Yeah. Show them what the game could be when you're getting out of a starter ship.
Come
I
play
feel
with
like-
a group.
Yeah, that goes against the spirit of the question.
I know.
You know, he's
So,
asking if
I
they,
would
if they have a
say-
piece of shit, what can they do?
They can do
Yes.
lots of stuff.
That's
They can try.
So the other night, Blay and I were over at a outpost in Pyro, and we were doing repair missions. And we flew into this one outpost, and there was a starter ship down near a cargo pad. And I'm like, well, I'll go down, I'll see what's going on. And lo and behold, it's this guy doing his first ever cargo mission. Couldn't figure out how to get the freight elevator to work. So I got down and I helped him and showed him, like, oh, you got to raise the elevator first, right, to be able to put the boxes so they snap on. And that right there, like, shows you, like, just hop in and go. just get out there, take a starter cargo mission. You can fit that cargo in an Aurora or a Mustang. It's only like 3 SCU. Get out there and explore. If you're in Pyro, you're probably gonna get blown up. But I mean, that's all part of it. And I was telling the guy, I was like, you're in, because this was in Pyro. It's like, you're in a really dangerous spot. He's like, oh, really? It's like, yeah, it's very dangerous over here. Like, you're lucky you didn't get shot. And he was at like he was at Sacren's Plot, which is like right now is a hot spot. But just get in there, look at the missions, and just and go for it. But I mean, the best way to introduce people, like I was saying to the Idris, the best way I see to introduce people to this is with friends. Because if you go out there and just do this alone without any idea of how to do some critical workarounds or like the stuff that we've just become so accustomed to that it's not even a bug to us anymore, but it actually is a bug. Find a group of people. That's the best way to introduce them, I feel. But I get it. Spirit of the question: what can they do with an Aurora Mustang? Cargo missions, starter combat missions, investigation missions, bunker missions. There's so many things that you can do on a small scale to get started. It's not as intimidating as it seems, even though it does seem extremely intimidating.
I think to add to your point and bring it to that spirit is you can have other people on your Aurora.
I think we can get like 4 in there.
Yeah,
So
your
one can lay
Mustang.
down. 2 behind you.
Yeah, the
little
Mustang
party
is a
going on.
very individual ship. I mean, it's very much a solo ship. And you won't have the same experience. You'll be like looking for space combat constantly, and then you'll go, well, I'm not really finding the level of constant excitement that I need, so it's like whatever. But in Aurora, it's made to have other people on it. It's made to do other things, and I think that it's made to do for the things that you're speaking of is having community, having fun with other people, because that's why you're in an open world.
Well, I think probably just adding on to what's already been said, but anybody with one of those starter ships, the one thing I would say is if they've already, bit the bullet and bought that starter and they have it and they're ready to go, hook them up with a decent org like Red Scar and have them make sure they're able to find the Discord, get on, and just tell them, just jump in the deep end, see what you can do. And when you finally get to that point where you can't move forward, jump on Discord, get with some people. There'll be plenty of people that'll love to help you out and show you the ropes.
That's true.
I think
I
that's
would like
one
to
of the.
add, for those that are intimidated by going into a voice chat with a bunch of strangers, don't have to talk.
Yeah, you don't have to talk, but it does help.
It does.
It makes things a lot easier, especially you're going to be spinning multiple plates, juggling balls, using all your appendages.
Whoa, not in this Discord.
You get the point. And being able to talk makes it a lot easier. And I mean, it used to be, I think, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people had a really hard time talking in comms and stuff like that. But most gamers now, I think most people that want to progress and be active in a community, it just kind of comes with the territory. You just got to, queue up, hit that mic, enable, go, talk, and just take baby steps at first. You'll find your voice, and you'll fit into one of the niche groups in the orgs, in one of the orgs, whatever org you decide to go with. I think you'll find your way quite easily.
Yeah, I think that the voice aspect of it, because I was born on the 360, so I was cutting my teeth in old Halo, and everyone was talking trash all the time and teabagging each other. I still teabag to this day. If you get teabagged by a guy in purple armor in Star Citizen or on Halo, might be me.
And also during CitizenCon.
And also during CitizenCon, if you're there.
But that wasn't in game, so
we don't have to talk. We don't have to talk.
Well, that was cool
about that.
Oh.
Don't want evidence.
We don't.
Fine,
we
it
don't
doesn't
need.
mean
We don't,
anything to
I don't
you.
need
I
this
have-
to follow me.
I have pictures.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, that's on you. You shouldn't have been taking pictures of that. That's gross. What was I saying? It's irrelevant now.
You grew up on 360.
But now, I think that's coming back. The chat and game chat and stuff. I see that coming back. I see that when I'm playing other games. I see people on the mics all the time, like competitive PvP stuff.
That is fascinating. I think there's probably a good research paper there, like the bones of something there that would be interesting. But I think a lot of it goes back to the pandemic, where we all had to be talking online. Like we didn't necessarily have an alternative unless we want to talk to the walls.
The walls
Could've
was
been.
nice.
That's an excellent point, actually.
Yeah, and I'm just curious as to like what made that go away, and I'm wondering if it was like a phenomenon because
I don't think it went
I was so
away.
young. Online chatter and stuff. I don't know. I feel like for a few years there, it was like.
What do you mean, like just talking online with strangers, like in a chat room, or voice comms?
I'm thinking specifically with video games.
I think it's the
Well-
technology. The technology has changed and the
Used
social environment has changed. Because the technology used to be your voice comms were more or less if you're with more than one person on the phone, that's odd. But if you're with more than one person in a video game, you're in a match-made server or something. That's different. And
Right.
that's where the tech was. You maybe got up to 8 people or so tops. But then things shifted with VoIP becoming more and more available in more platforms. And look at us now. We're on Discord right now, and that is the go-to platform after things like TeamSpeak and Ventrilo and all the others just kind of lost the VoIP race.
I
Well-
think one thing real quick, one thing that is holding back a lot more social interaction and voice comms is a lot of these multiplayer games. A lot of them went down this path that if you decided, oh, I don't want to play with other people, I want to solo everything. A lot of these games made it possible where you could just solo most, if not all, the content at some point. You didn't need to interact with people anymore, and I think that hurt that whole social aspect of interacting on voice.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd probably agree with you there. I'm just thinking also Discord right now, and I just know that there are a lot of people who use Discord who aren't necessarily gaming on it. Like it's not gaming communities. And so the technology now has expanded so that like we're using it, we're all playing games on it, but like I have other Discords here that have nothing to do with video games.
Yep.
And I think it's just expanded so much now. And you can
There
play
was-
like D&D, and they have political things on Discord. Now it's just like a generalized communications app, I feel.
Yeah,
I have one
there
for
was
simple clubs.
mass protests in Nepal recently where it was organized on Discord. Like hundreds of people.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. It's got good organization tools too. You ever do something at work, if you got like a desk job or whatever, and everyone's using whatever management software they're using, and you're like, man, this
Slack,
would flow way
Teams.
better on Discord.
Yeah.
Microsoft Teams. Oh my god.
If we could all just be on Discord for this would make the job way easier.
So glad I've never had a job where Teams is the go-to online platform.
Oof. You haven't worked in an
Yeah,
office?
same.
I have, but Slack. We had a lot of Slack.
You
Yeah,
got one of
Teams
those
isn't
old
that
bad.
boxes.
Teams
It's
isn't that bad. It works. It does what it needs to do for most people.
It's a
It has
resource hog.
It doesn't matter. Most people in offices, their computers are 99% idle anyway. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I worked in an office where we had 4 gigs on our computer for some dumbass reason. And it got to the point where, I mean, obviously we're using, we use Chrome for a web client for SAP or for CRM. And like Teams would just make the computer just die all the time.
Well,
I
that's
had
a
to like
hardware problem,
actually
not a Teams problem.
Yeah, but there's no reason for it to suck up like over a gig's worth of RAM for nothing.
Because it's
Dumb.
tracking all your mouse movements and everything.
Literally
so your
everything.
boomer boss who doesn't know how a computer works can feel like they can spy on you whenever they want to.
Yep.
But in reality, they're just slowing everybody down.
Yep.
That's my experience anyway. And I'm sorry to all the boomers out there. You guys get a hard rap. I'll admit it. In credit to boomers, these people were driving to and from an office 5 days a week, a lot of them.
I used to do that.
I know.
Yeah,
and that's why you're fucking insane.
I used to work 80 hours a week at an office, man.
Jesus.
And
An
I
hour
was
a
I
week?
was a salaried employee that was getting basically paid for 40 hours a week. And the phone
Oof.
didn't stop when I left.
Mhm,
I mean, I
mhm.
was in IT, so when shit hit the fan, you gotta, so it
How
could
long was your commute?
towards the end of my corporate America stint, it was like 1.5 miles because I moved so close to the office because I literally got like one of these efficiency apartments, but in an upscale community. And this was like 15 years ago. The rent for like a shoebox in Alpharetta, Georgia was like almost $900, which is outrageous if you saw the size of the apartment.
I mean,
laughs in LA.
Everyone's laughing at him.
No,
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
you don't understand. At the time, a nice apartment, like a 3-bedroom, went for that.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Alpharetta in Georgia.
Yeah,
You have to
I believe
understand
it.
Georgia. You can't look at those prices compared to LA. It just doesn't work. It's wholly different scales here.
No, I get
like
you.
I got an IT friend that moved from LA. They had a shithole 3-bedroom apartment in a shitty part of town that sold for over $1 million, and they came over here and they built like a 3,500 square foot mansion.
Oh yeah.
In a nice community, and they still had money left over.
Oh yeah. But there's the trade-off too, and there's a reason why it is so expensive out here. But like 900, it's still like people dream of that, and it's more of looking at the current situation where across the country $900 is still very low, and
this is 15 years
that's
ago.
not even. Oh yeah, no. I'm
that
looking at it
same
through
apartment
modern
now
lens
is like
too.
2,500.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
for sure.
And it sucks because it's not just LA anymore. Like
Yeah.
LA's prices are pretty much everywhere now, and it sucks.
One of my clients,
Yeah.
they have a high rise in Birmingham, Alabama. The penthouses in that building start at over $5,000
Yeah.
for like a shithole. So, and that's Birmingham, Alabama, East
Yeah.
Bumblefuck.
Well, maybe all these big tech companies should take over giant land masses and
No,
build
You
them.
know what we need in Star Citizen? Housing.
We don't need alien Earth, okay? Like
That's the other thing I think is happening on sitcom.
Housing?
Do you think
alien.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
They better.
Steering it back to CitizenCon.
Like building our own houses, or
No,
just
no.
like prefab or
Instance halves where you can store your pet flat cat.
Hell
I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Like at the Green Circle thing on
Yeah.
Orson, that's your private thing. You're not going to spawn in there with Billy Bob at the same time, right?
That's really
Yeah, and all
awkward
your
when that happens.
things.
Yeah.
Well, you might be onto something, Broccoli, because maybe or maybe not you've seen the CitizenCon Direct 2955 digital goodies pack.
I have. Have you seen anything in it that indicates it?
Is there a
it's
house
awesome?
key inside of it?
There is. Well, it's not a house key, but they are giving you decorations. And
Okay.
supposedly something you can sit on, I believe.
Yeah, but they've been doing that for a while now. If you're a subscriber, the thing's been giving out furniture for months.
Yeah.
It's been
I mean,
stupid.
all the
They're
more
like, you can
reason.
decorate your hangar. Like, what am I going to do? Sit in my giant hangar? Put a house in there. Like put a little section in there. But like, no, it's just they give us a couch to put in the side of and they've been doing that shit for months. It's dumb.
Yeah. They're giving
So we can
3
put it in
new
our house.
decor. Yeah, 3 new decor for your house in the CitizenCon digital goodies pack. So I assume if they're giving you decor in the goodies pack, there's some kind of content there in the event video.
I'm gonna take the pessimistic view and say no. They just like giving us crappy furniture.
Yeah,
Put in
decorate
your
your hanger.
Until
They
your
did that last
spaceship
year.
blast blows it away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but hey, that's more stuff for when that does come online that we'll be able to.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
And I would also love to see diversity of habs. Like everyone has the space for it. Let us buy a more expensive hab and pay rent on it.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to have a penthouse in Area 18.
For
Gotta pay
$900
those
a month.
HOA fees.
That sounds
Yeah.
like something on the pledge store.
Could be.
If it's in game, that'd be awesome. But if it's on the pledge store, I poo-poo that.
It'll be in game. Let's skip this whole
They've already discussed this. We have a whole plan. They did last Citizen. I mean, not last CitizenCon, but last CitizenCon they were talking about how like you make a claim on the land and all that stuff. I mean, just because it's based, it doesn't mean it's your house. Doesn't mean it's not your house. I mean that is your
Oh
house.
no, I'm talking about not like land claims. I'm just talking about like an instanced apartment with different floor layouts, like a 3-bedroom. Maybe one of those bedrooms can be an armory,
Like
and
in
it's
GTA
in
Online.
Yeah.
yeah. And so that's an early version of instancing. And I know like the last monthly report, they mentioned how it's just now coming online. So I would love to see it. I don't think it's going to happen though, unfortunately. But I've been saying it's going to be happening for a while. So I may as well just stick with it.
Fair
Well,
enough.
the one thing I've always wanted for the hangars is, when you land and you pull into your hangar, and there's that one wall where the guys are like walking around, like there's like NPCs, like I don't know if it's ATC or something. Like I always thought, what would be cool is if we had access to that, and that could be our hab right off the hangar, but it's
Yeah.
like enclosed,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree, dude. I was saying
And
that
those guys that are in there coordinating the hangar, those are like
Bill.
NPCs you could hire, and they could be, managing your shit for you. That'd
The
be
old
awesome.
Bill and
hangars
Joey.
let us access that area.
Yeah. I would like to
did?
see that. The only reason I think it's not going to happen is because they built out these entire cities for us to go into.
Yeah, that's true.
So they have reasons other than we want you to go to your hab to go into these cities. Like I think like missions you're gonna have to go to a location to pick them up eventually. You're gonna be turning in bounties at certain
That was in the
places.
monthly report. Is that there's going to be locations you can start missions instead of just your Moby class.
Yeah.
Like you're required to go to like a mission giver instead of
Yeah.
just pulling up your Moby.
Yeah. But I do want like a taxi service from our hangar. It's like, all right, pay 50 UEC to fly me directly to my hab. Sure.
Yeah. Land on the roof and then take the elevator down.
Or I could take public transit if I want to be stingy.
Okay. I'm conflicted on the mission giver idea. I don't like that everyone's going to the same guy. The whole Dr. Yorit thing, it's like how many facilities does this guy have?
Maybe they could make it to where it's not it's procedurally generated, and it's not always there may be similar missions and maybe it's identical missions, but you have to talk to somebody else than who Broccoli has to talk to, for example.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
That would be awesome, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's Jar Jar. He should talk to someone else."
Yeah, I don't want
I'm
to talk to
Dr.
the
Kevin.
same guy. Yeah.
Or even I always thought it was a cool idea where it's like you get a mission or like something pops up and you're like, hey, go to this bench in the Area 18 Plaza or go to GLOC and sit at a booth and someone will be in touch. And then they spawn an NPC from one of the spawn closets. And then just some random guy comes up. He's like, hey, I work for Twitch. Here's the details. All right, see you later.
That's the way to do it, man. Yeah. So something
Then
like
when-
that.
Then when you get higher up, you go to like the headquarters that Twitch is in, and you take an elevator, and it instances you
Like and
into that
subscribe.
meeting.
I think bonus points if Twitch actually does a corporate partnership where you can make this happen.
Twitch on Twitch.
Oh, Twitch on Twitch. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
That was slow.
insert the rim shot there too.
Well,
Need sound
speaking of
effects for
corporations, it's Pirate Week. Huh?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good segue.
Shiver me livery. Pirate paints. We got pirate paints coming in if you like those. I've got skulls on them. I'm into this. It's pretty cool. If you like skulls. Anyone here like skulls?
I've got mine.
Yeah, carry one around with me every day.
Yeah, it's with me all the time.
So this year, every year, I guess for the last 3, maybe 4 years now, they have these cool, I love these pirate clues. So you have like a treasure map. And this year, I think it's just 2 clues. Last year,
Are they blue?
No,
A
not
clue?
blue. No, but then you go to the places and you basically find a code and you type the code in the website. And this year, you will be getting fancy yourself a wayfarer worthy of loot, eh? Best keep that code safe from mutineers and enter it here. Oh, okay. I thought I told you what it gave you. Well, I'm going to read you guys the clues, and we're going to maybe see if we can kind of figure this one out. I'll do it in my pirate voice.
So there
Miss
are
Murphy,
there are 2, but I'm telling you right now there are 4 total.
Okay, so they're going to release the other 2. Oh yeah, 4 clues are already waiting.
Yes,
So we have
they're
the
already.
first 2. Are they going to release those next week?
No, they're already out.
Oh really? Where do you have the other ones?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Mm.
Spoilers. So the first 2 publicly released clues are: hoist yourself up the spire reaching for the clouds, or your cutter's rig, where X be planted on the lone peak. Let old Odal guide ye to the 6 ye seek. Cutter's rig.
Cutter's rig. I farmed some armor there before.
Where's this? What planet? What moon?
That is Hurston.
It's on Hurston.
Yeah, or one of the moons.
No, it's Hurston.
Yeah, it's
Hurston?
Hurston.
Hurston? Okay, yeah.
All right, so there's an X planted on a lone peak. Guide ye to the 6 ye seek.
On
Okay.
a spire there, so it's on one of the towers of Cutter's rig. I got stuck on one of those towers once.
Yep.
Couldn't climb down.
The second clue is: where memories fade and whispers hiss, never mind the treasure be not in the stacks, but on the flank. And where the senior, or senor, could be senor, and where the senior keeps the cipher, the secret be yours to claim. And where the senior keeps the cipher, the secret be yours to claim. Where memories fade and whispers hiss, never mind the treasure be not in the stacks, but on the flank.
That is extremely cryptic, and I don't
It
know.
is. I don't got anything for that one.
I think they're gonna have to update that shit soon because that is completely.
Very vague.
Well, if you just want the answer to the clues, I'm sure you can find it on Reddit. If not, just ask around. Someone will tell it to you if you ask.
Oh yeah, the racism app.
So I was
what?
looking around.
Yes, Broccoli Rob, please.
There's a forward operating base called Nevermind.
Ah.
And Nevermind is with a capital N. Where memories fade and whispers hiss, never mind.
Oh, okay. It's right there.
So they always put the location in there, and you can tell it's location because it's capitalized.
Oh, okay.
Proper nouns.
Well, I was gonna say back in the day, they would capitalize every proper noun. I'm
That's like
reading the Terror right now, and they do that in the personal journal entries.
We were supposed to capitalize proper now.
Or is it?
no, they capitalize every noun, and I think I know why.
Oh, yeah,
That's what
because
it
it's
is.
Germanic influence.
Yeah, because in Germany you capitalize nouns, like all
I
nouns
took
all the
German in
time.
high school.
So if they have German staff, even if they speak English, right, they're going to start. It's just going to look normal to them.
Yes, this is true. My mother was from Germany. Sorry, my father was from Germany.
Your Vater.
Ja, and
Yeah.
Vater.
All right. Well, Jens Flores, do you have any spoilers for us for the upcoming CitizenCon Direct coming almost exactly a month from today?
Month after tomorrow.
If I do that, I unfortunately would be contractually euthanized.
Harsh,
Sure.
but fair.
Wow. I kind of feel guilty giving them my money now.
No. Give money, please.
I don't know. I like to vote with my wallet. You know what I'm talking about?
Whoa, wait.
If they're over there euthanizing their employees,
Your cocking
No,
sounds in the
please.
background.
Give money.
you know, don't mistake me for some pinko commie. But I just don't feel good about this one.
No, you don't understand.
All right. So if you thought all the bugs were over right now, playing on the Twitch on the stream there, it may not be lined up in the recording. I got stuck here. This door wouldn't open, and I ended up getting stuck in the ship. CIG, fix that shit.
No.
This
No.
Hey, you're supposed to be dead.
Tired-
Get out of here.
tired of getting stuck in walls and shit. I know it's probably really hard, but cut it out.
We have to work on the flight model first.
That's right. Okay, so CitizenCon, let's wrap it up here. We're obviously going to hear something about the flight model.
Always.
What's the wind stuff?
It's just like
Physicalized air.
Flying through wind, physicalized air and rain droplets. So we're going to hear about that. What do you guys think? Are we going to hear about engineering?
Oof.
Yes.
Are they going to let it go? Yes. Murphy says yes.
maybe. In passing, like I don't know if it'll get a full like dedicated segment, but it'd be like, oh, Dev Junior, go back to turn the shields up. It's like we need more power to shields. Like, aye, Captain. That's all we'll probably get of that.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
All
And
right.
then Paramount's lawyers will be knocking.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
So, LordAnubis, you were on the show last week. And at the end of that show, you and I made the thumbnail for last week's episode.
Yes.
Now, we said, oh, man, this thumbnail, this is going to get so many clicks. We did all the
It looks
clickbaity
dumb.
stuff. And it is our worst performing episode since like our
People
first
just
few
hate
episodes.
Nicolas Cage. It's okay.
I will now prepare my sword. I am very sorry about
Yep.
this, and I will no longer be a bother to you.
Can I tell you something? On the Spotify, where people don't really get the thumbnail, like it's like our second most listened to on the Spotify.
That makes me feel worse. Thank you.
So I'm pretty sure. Not to make you feel bad, but this week, LordAnubis, if you want to give it a second go, I'm willing because I don't care about anything anymore.
Wow.
But yeah.
Thank
So
you.
if you want to give it a second go, maybe a little redemption, maybe just solidify.
The
How you're
scientific
not good
method
at thumbnails.
to prove your conclusions, so I can internalize it and take it as a part of my psyche.
There you go. So we're coming up to the end here, but we did do something pretty cool this week before CitizenCon, before the next patch, which is going to have medical gameplay. Yeah, I think maybe next week we'll talk a little bit more about medical gameplay, but I did want to touch on it a bit this week. They released all the medical beds. They're releasing the what is it called? The RSI,
Apollo?
the Apollo. They're releasing the Apollo. They gave us a little briefing on how medical beds work. Okay. Hobo, you know how they're working, right?
Yes.
Can you give us a little brief overview? How do the tier 1 through 3 medical beds work as of today?
As of right now, before the patch, you just spawn on them, and that's about all. Like, currently, there's very little differentiation between them. The higher the tier medical, or I guess the lower technically, because it uses the American system, which is 3 is the lowest, 2 is the middle, and 1 is the highest. That is going to have a lot more new nuance and features coming with the next patch. So now you just spawn for free, and it doesn't matter, and you can just spawn forever, and it's honestly kind of obnoxious at times, and you can just spawn forever. But in the next patch, you will have a consumable, med gel. You put your med gel into med beds, and you need that to do anything with the med bed. Spawn, heal. Oh, okay. No, you can still receive IV fluids and food without any med gel. That is not consumed. But everything else from healing to reviving, well, that's it. You need med gel for. And they recently updated it from pretty much just a flat amount for each med bed, and they had a certain amount. So I can go through what they are now. There's no point in talking about what happened before, but pretty much the short of it is tier 3 med beds are your smallest med beds. You will get 2 revives out of them with a full med gel complement in your med bed. For tier 2, you will have 4 revives available with a full complement of med gel. And then for tier 1, you will have 6 revives available with a full complement of med gel. Now you ask, what else can you use med gel for? Healing. You know those injuries you sometimes get? Well, backspacing will cost resources now, so maybe just go get those healed for cheaper instead, because it uses less resources to heal. And
When you say
each level,
backspacing will cause resources, what resources in particular?
med gel.
Just med gel? You're not going to lose any money or anything?
Not yet, but med gel costs money. Outside of we still have socialized healthcare in the verse, so respawning is still free at stations. But if you want to respawn at your private vessel or vehicle, like a Metapin or medical Ursa, that requires med gel to fill out the med bed. And as of right now, each canister of med gel, and that's I think 1 revive per canister of med gel was essentially how it was before, though it's a little different now. Because it used to be, so canisters have now 200 med gel. So that is 2 revives per canister. And each canister costs 100,000 UEC. So we're getting a healthcare system, baby. America.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So last time we spoke, LordAnubis, I remember you in particular voiced this, that how ridiculous is it that these tier 3 and tier 2 med beds can't heal severe injuries, but they can reprint you, they can revive you. I thought about that, and you inspired me. And so this week we had a question: should all med beds allow revive? And we had 31 votes on this, which is pretty good. I think everyone in here voted, so thank you all for voting. So should all med beds allow revive? The choices were: yes, the revive system as presented is perfect. 2, only tier 1 and 2 med beds should allow revive. 3, only tier 1 med beds should allow revive. And 4, citizens should only be allowed to revive in medical centers. The number one, the highest voted with 39%, was yes, the revive system as presented is perfect. Now, the other three all have, it's close enough that it's split, but the second highest one was 29%. Only tier 1 med beds should allow revive. So I'm going to bring this all to y'all. Maybe Anubis, maybe you want to start with this one since you inspired me for this. What do you think about this poll? And what do you think about the revive as it is?
I think everybody's wrong, as they often are. No, I mean, reviving. Okay, so are we talking reviving or are we talking respawning? Because there's a difference between there.
There is.
Remotely, reviving. I think all beds should be able to, give you a little jump start to the heart. And, if you were to take someone and put them on there, it should be able to reanimate them. I think even tier 3 should be able to do that. It may not be able to treat the major injuries, but it can get you alive again.
Yeah.
Respawning printing, I think level 2, tier 2, and up. I don't think that a Pisces you should be able to respawn from that. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem plausible to me.
As a pollster, your take here on revive respawn, I'm ashamed. That's a good point.
I would
Okay.
also take umbrage with the word perfect, but that's
I know. I did. I just, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I blatted it out there.
yeah.
I made sure it's spelled correctly, but
Same.
It's a
I
start.
didn't. It's a start. We're getting there.
I'm
only the
actually
fourth
upset
poll.
about this now.
Someone who's not upset. Wicket, what do you think about this poll?
I didn't even know this was a thing. Is this a thing now, or is it?
I didn't either. Just go with it.
Yeah, this is a thing. Well, there's talk in the community like not all med beds should maybe allow you to respawn, which I feel I voted that only tier 1 beds because I figure if only tier 1 beds can heal, severe injuries, then only tier 1 beds should allow you to be fucking printed again, like Mickey 17.
I think this is all mute until we really know what Death of a Spaceman means.
Very well, very well. Broccoli, what do you think about this?
Yeah, so I think that it should either be all med beds or it should be no med beds. I think having it be only tier 1s or even like tier 1 and tier 2s, I think that's just character owners that want their med bed to be relevant. It needs to be all med beds or none. And I think that what CIG is signaling is that you're going to be respawning a lot based off of this latest medical article they put out. They're building a lot of stuff to be like, oh, you are incapacitated and there's no help. All right, here's a bunch of options. Here's something that's very easy to look at because we're expecting that you're going to be looking at it not or kind of often. Often may be the wrong word, but I think more than a lot of people initially thought. Like instead of 10 lives before your quote permadeath, I think it's going to be 100 or 200. Like I think this character that you have before you permadeath is going to be with you for a very long time.
It definitely feels like they've taken that they're putting a lot more effort into the respawning than they would have implied years ago. Because years ago they're like, oh yeah, you're eventually gonna permadie. After like 10 lives, you'll die.
Yeah, and that freaked people the fuck out because they thought permadeath meant like I don't know, they get their pledge deleted or something.
Yeah, that was never going to happen. But
it's just a tax. It's just a tax.
Well, I get the resources thing with the beds, but I don't get the tiered injury thing. Like if it can print a whole new body, why can't it? I'm just always focused on the lore and the narrative. And when things don't, I know it's a video game, but when things don't make sense like that, I'm like, couldn't you have just like written it differently?
Okay, how's this sound? Here's a bit of a compromise.
Okay.
If you regen or if you respawn in a tier 3 bed, all of your tier 3 injuries go away. Your tier 2 gets brought down to a tier 3, and your tier 1s get brought down to a tier 2. So it kind of repairs you at great cost.
But I can still respawn there. Like if my arm's broken and it can print a new arm anyway, like why not just chop that arm off and reprint a new one on me?
Because the trauma echo of like getting into like regeneration, like your body or your imprint remembers that you had
Your
like a
soul.
severely
Yeah,
broken
but so
arm.
what? The tier 1 bed can do that. It's not that that can't happen. It's that they have this like the tier 1 bed can reprint you and fix all your injuries, and the tier 3 bed can reprint you, but it can't fix all your injuries, and it takes
Right.
more resources.
Because it's a lower quality bed. So your imprint gets there, and this lower quality bed tries to reprint you, but maybe reprints you with that broken arm still.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if I revive at my okay, so if I'm brought back to life on my low tier 3 bed, I might be brought back with some of those injuries still.
If we remember some of the lore or that's already been announced or that's out there about regen, it's we stole this tech. Humanity stole this tech. So
Yeah.
we're kind of monkeys playing with god tier tech. So I can see how we might not there's budgets involved and corporations involved, and we've seen what megacorps do. So maybe they, cut some corners on these lower tier beds.
Okay. All right. You're slowly bringing me to the light there, or to the dark
I'm not
side.
saying that's what they're doing. I'm just saying I think that's what they should do.
Yeah.
What they should do. That's a good idea, guys.
So
Just
pour
saying,
in-
United Healthcare still exists 1,000 years in the future. So
Exactly.
draw whatever conclusions you need.
UEE Health.
Evil corporations, pour in the evil corporations vial, then pour in playing with tech we don't truly understand, which is actually one of the cool things of the current ASD Onyx facilities and the regen crisis, because we're kind of coming to the conclusion that, maybe we didn't work out all the kinks of this tech before we started implementing it on a wide scale. Because if you do look at the timeline, this has only been implemented for the past less than a decade.
Yeah, is this some kind of Freudian psychological thing by CIG? Like maybe this wasn't ready before we sent it out.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Maybe are they reflecting a little bit?
They
I
do kind of hint at things in there. If you look at the loading screen
little
ones,
bit.
like
Yeah. Good for them. Murphy, do you have anything you want to add? Do you have anything you want to say about these medical beds or the revives?
I hope it's, it's a good change. I wish they kept with the 100K per regen. I think, make it a little more harsh. I think we're getting a little too comfortable, just careless respawning. Make the medic roll count like big time, right? I know we talked about it in our combat. I think it does need to be a little more punishing down the road. I get it, the bugs, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
All right, very good. Well,
We're just
Murphy Jack,
begging for money's sakes. Begging.
begging for money.
Yeah.
Please let me spend. Let me sink that shit. Well, Murph, co-host this week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I should care about CitizenCon.
yes, you should.
Yes, you should. Well, this is Open Comms Radio. If you've made it this far, give us a little like, maybe a little subby sub, huh? You can listen to us on the Spotify. We're on the YouTube. We're gonna move to Rumble very soon, and we're gonna cater to the audience maybe a little more. And LordAnubis, you'll be in charge of thumbnails over there. But we're gonna end this show the way we like to end every show, and that's why I go around and ask everyone in reverse order Is there anything you'd like to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet? And first on our list today, Wicket. Thanks for stopping by again. Anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Release the Kraken. By release the Kraken, I mean release 42. It's time. That's all.
I'm nodding. It is time. Yep. Then we had Broccoli Rob. Anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Get excited for CitizenCon. Don't expect it to fix everything, and just kick back and enjoy.
Here. I'm gonna be pretty sloshed that day.
Lots of pizza, lots of beer.
Oh yeah. Who do we have? Cosmic Hobo. You were next. Anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Give us Nix.
Next.
Nix.
You know what
All
Nix
right.
means in German?
What's next mean in German?
Nothing.
True.
Wait,
Stimmt.
what do you mean?
Nix. When you say Nix in Deutsch, that means nothing. Like
How can it mean nothing?
Nix means nothing. It's the literal translation.
What do you mean? It means nothing.
Like
It's got to
the
It
mean
word-
just
something.
means. It just means. Yeah, it's got to mean something.
No,
Yeah.
it means nothing.
No, it doesn't mean something. It means nothing.
It means nothing.
That
No, it's got to
It's
mean
gotta
something.
mean
Nothing
something.
can mean nothing can mean something.
What does nothing
if something
mean?
doesn't mean
What does
nothing,
mean? What does nothing mean?
nothing means nothing.
They say like
Exactly.
your mom goes, "Oh, how was school today?" And you go, she goes, "What'd you do at school today?" And you go, "Nix."
So you did
Are they
something.
listening to
So
this too? Are they excited for next?
In German, the mom would say, "Was hast du heute in die Schule gemacht?" And
Yeah.
you would answer, "Ich habe nichts gemacht."
Ich habe nichts gemacht. It means I
did nothing.
I did nothing with the force. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I didn't do anything. Macht is also force, and it also means to. It's fun. Fuck, dude, I lost my. Who was next? Was that it? Did I get
Anubis.
Broccoli? I got Anubis. Did I get Anubis? Anubis was
No.
next because you were first. Anubis. Anything you want to say to CIG, Chris Roberts, or the people on the internet?
Nix.
I want to say that Gaslight isn't a real place. No matter what Wicket says, and every time he keeps trying to reiterate that it is, just inform him of the truth,
Yeah.
which we all know what the truth is.
Yeah. Well, that was good.
Silence.
That was good. I don't know what that was about, but
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Gaslight?
Stop
Yeah, you
pretending.
know. You know.
You know.
You're
Yeah.
crazy.
Come
You're
on,
acting crazy
man.
right now.
No, I don't.
You kidding?
I
Talking
don't
about.
remember. I wasn't there with
Okay.
you guys, whatever you were doing.
Yes, you were.
I remember him being there.
I think I would
All of us
remember.
know.
I think I would know if I was there.
See, why are you playing this game?
I'm not playing any game.
You
Yeah,
always
you-
do this.
Do
You
what?
sound insane.
Always.
You sound insane right now.
Completely.
Am I fucking? Do I not remember?
I don't
I'm
think you
crazy.
do. Or you're, maybe you should see a doctor or something like that. But I mean,
Oh my god, this is really getting to me, and I have to go vote right now. Okay, sorry. Anyway, Murphy Jack, you're my co-host today.
Yeah.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah. It's good. Care
Yeah.
about CitizenCon now?
Yeah,
Good.
you want to
Mission
do it again?
accomplished.
You sound so enthusiastic.
No, it's good. It's good. Do it again.
All right. Well, the best part is nobody listens after I do the closing.
Does it really
After
drop
I'm like,
off like
oh,
that?
I'm going to ask you guys the question. Anything you want to say to CIG? And then they just pop, and no one listens. The 3 people that listen all the way to the end. There's like
Bots
one
know
guy,
when to
but he's
tune out.
asleep. Yeah. All right, Murph. Well, you're the co-host. You know what that means. You've been here long enough. Got to play us out.
Oh man. Do. All right.
You gave it a better
Nice,
effort
nice.
and actually went more proactive than most.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Da, 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 da.